Happy 4th of July. This is an intellectual property channel, and I am an intellectual property attorney. So you might be asking why I am putting out a video on the 4th of July, the most patriotic day of the year for Americans. A day when we celebrate with things like fireworks, barbecues, and days at the beach. However, I can say without the slightest bit of dishonesty that intellectual property is as patriotic as it comes and forms a core part of America and American culture. So let's take a short look at some of the intellectual property that will undoubtedly be cropping up in your 4th of July celebrations. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of the 4th of July is fireworks. The rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, and of course, the fallout from a typical fireworks display. Interestingly enough, firework displays cannot be protected by copyright as they are not fixed in a tangible medium. However, if you take a picture of fireworks or record a video of the display, that can be protected by copyright, although people may not want to see them. And even though fireworks are largely a Chinese invention, there are lots of all-American patriotic patents on fireworks. For example, if you want to set off a bunch of fireworks and you want to prevent them from tipping over, you can use the invention described in U.S. Patent 7314005. And while you cannot copyright a fireworks display, a certain company has tried its hand at filing patents for very distinctive patterns of fireworks. Let's look at U.S. Patent 5627338. I'm pretty sure that you'll recognize it. In case you're not sure of the company, it is the infamous House of Mouse, Disney, ticker symbol DIS. Moving on from fireworks, what else comes to mind? How about barbecues? While we are talking about barbecues, patents play an important role as well. For example, many of the grills and accessories that are used today are novel inventions that are protected by patents. Take, for example, U.S. Patent 8347874, which protects the drip pan and gas tank blocker for this grill. I bet there would not even be barbecues without patents. And who can bring up barbecue without bringing up trademarks? Like the trademark on my favorite barbecue sauce, Kinder's Organic Barbecue Sauce. You can see the registration symbol right here. And of course, here is the registration certificate. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out. Goes great with burgers, French fries, you name it. And while we're on the subject of patriotic trademarks, I bet you've heard of Uncle Sam's Cereal. Wait, you haven't? Well, it's a valid trademark and about as patriotic as can be. Except for maybe this one, which is for Allied Flag, which sells flags, including the American flag, which is actually part of their trademark. It's pretty cool. And given that the 4th of July is one of the biggest sales periods of the year, it goes to figure that there is a lot of intellectual property litigation around 4th of July related merchandise. Yes, counterfeiters will even copy patriotic brands. Now, that brings me to one more thing that comes to mind when I think of the 4th of July. Independence certainly comes to mind. Freedom. And of course, I'm of the earnest opinion that there is no freedom without property, including intellectual property. In fact, intellectual property was important enough for the founders of our country that they put it right in the Constitution. It's right there in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8. To promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive rights to their respective writings and discoveries. And that is a short overview of just some of the contributions that intellectual property makes to the 4th of July. There is so much more. In fact, I don't think that the 4th of July would be anything like it is today without intellectual property. And of course, I hope you have a wonderful 4th with your family and friends. Bye-bye.